so much for starting your morning off with us. Today we have guests in from AlaTrust Credit Union. They've got lots of great things going on, and so we're going to get to learn more about their programs and all of their community involvements. So I have Rachel Kang, who is the marketing specialist there at AlaTrust, and Sherilyn McWhorter, who is the branch manager. At which locations, Sherilyn?
I am in Jacksonville. I have been there right about a year now. I was in Talladega for a year and a half, and prior to that, years ago, I worked here and spent about 7 years in Anniston.
Oh, wow. So and you've been with AlaTrust for that long?
No, I took a break.
Okay.
And I came back about 2.5 years ago to Talladega, spent about 18 months there, and then transferred to Jacksonville last summer.
There you go. You couldn't stay away, huh?
I could not. That is the truth.
What's your favorite thing about working at AlaTrust?
Oh, wow. How our company treats us. It's like a family. Everybody is like a family. My branch is like a family. My former branch is like a family. Yeah. Our home office, they're just an extension of our family. I mean, if I need to talk to my boss, I just pick up the phone and call. So, honestly,
that's so nice.
That is it.
Well, tell us about you, Rachel. So, marketing specialist there.
Yes.
How long have you been with AlaTrust?
So, I just started in December.
Okay.
I was living in Mississippi before and did a lot in marketing, and I've always been interested in finance, but really just getting to deep dive into it since December. And it's been great working there. Same as Sherilyn said, wonderful. The staff that we work with is wonderful. All of the principles that we promote that we'll talk more about today are really what makes me proud to be a part of AlaTrust.
That's awesome. I look forward to learning more. I've gotten to have some experiences with AlaTrust and in some volunteering ways, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as the morning moves on. But right now I want to talk about just AlaTrust. Tell me about the company and tell me about the great things. How many locations do you have? You know, just give us a little overview about the credit union.
Yeah, so we have 6 branches, but we go far beyond that because we actually share branch with a lot of other credit unions. So if you're out of state, you can go into a different branch and still access your accounts. And we do pretty much anything you can get at a large bank. So mobile banking, apps, things like that, where you can manage your money wherever you are. One of the things that's huge about AlaTrust is we're actually a nonprofit. So a lot of people don't know that nonprofit banking exists. But what's great about it is we can usually offer lower rates because of that, because we're not factoring in profits for ourselves. And then on top of that, when we do profit, we deposit that money back into our members' accounts at the end of the year.
Wow.
Yeah, so this past year we actually gave $500,000 back to our 13,000 members, and that just deposits straight into their account. So because of that too, our nonprofit mission, we do a lot of the things you're going to hear about today with outreach, and just being kind of a community partner is what takes us a step beyond. So,
and you had an event this morning.
Yes, so this morning we did a pop-up at Cold Coffee in Anniston. So what we do with that is we just come out, we want to spread financial literacy. We allow people to come in, ask us any financial question they have. It doesn't have to do with AlaTrust, banking, anything, just something financial that they want to get answers about. And when they ask us a question, we buy them whatever drink they were planning to buy on us. And that's just an investment into our community. We really do care about people having someone they can go to for finances. And so we're actually doing another one of those in Jacksonville. If you missed ours in Anniston, you can meet us there next Friday in Jacksonville.
At the Redbird.
At the Redbird.
On the square.
I have to ask you, at Cold Coffee, have you tried their banana bread? Did you try the banana or the cranberry bread?
But I saw a lot of people order it. So.
You have to. We have us every Wednesday. Susan Shipman and Chef Dave, we do a cooking segment on the show every Wednesday morning, and she makes the banana bread, and it is delicious. So on that next Friday, and that was Friday that you had that event, and so you'll have that again on Friday. On Friday of
Friday again of this week.
Great,
26th.
Well, make
excited.
sure that you try that banana bread.
Okay.
Or the cranberry if she has the cranberry there, but she has gluten-free options in, so got to give Miss Susan a shout out and called coffee there. So that's great. So being able to ask questions. Do you have a big turnout when you have those events?
We usually have a good turnout of people walking through. Some people might have seen it from our social media, coming to get their free coffee, you know, but a lot of people are people just in the community on their regular daily route, and our goal is to meet them where they are. So we know that people are going to these coffee shops in the morning, and we know that a lot of people don't realize that they can get financial literacy by walking into our branch. So we want to position ourselves where people naturally are to be able to talk to them and bring financial literacy to the places they are most.
Yeah, that's great. And that's something a lot of people need.
I was going to say, Nick, I just wanted to make sure next week everybody knew it was at Redbird in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
Called
this
Coffee
Friday,
again.
this coming Friday is at Redbird
Yes.
in Jacksonville.
And
Make
last
sure you
Friday
go.
was called coffee.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you missed that banana. We'll have next time you go by
Yes.
called coffee, you'll have to try that banana bread. So that is this upcoming Friday. Make sure you join if you have any financial questions. That's a free service.
Yeah,
there.
free
So you can-
service.
and that's the case if somebody walks into one of the branches and just wants to get some information. Is that something
That's
they can
what
do?
we're there for.
Yeah.
All day long, people come in and ask questions, and a lot of times they're not doing something that day, but then they come back. I'm working with a member right now. He came in probably 6 weeks ago asking about a construction loan, which we have a great mortgage construction loan, and 6 weeks later, here he is coming back. And so he just came in to ask general questions, goes, checks around, comes back.
Yeah.
So it happens all the time. They come in. and
That's
ask.
great. That's a hard thing to talk about sometimes is finances. That can be a source of anxiety almost. Like sometimes I talk about finances or how do I save, or, you know, I've gotten myself in this situation, how do I get out? What's my best like plan for the future? So I mean, there's a lot of moving parts when you're talking about financing.
Definitely, and I think one thing too that I've heard story after story with AlaTrust is members coming in and feeling like they're in a desperate place and they're not sure where to turn next, and they've been told everywhere else they've gone they have these two options, you know, or this one choice to make. Something that our staff is really great about is thinking outside of the box, listening to each individual, what you're facing, and coming up with different ways that you can tackle whatever issue it is that you're facing in your life at that time, and getting creative with it. There are a lot of choices out there for finances that a lot of people aren't educated on or aren't told that that is a choice.
Sure.
That can really help make a difference in people's lives. So that is one of the things that I love most, is when people are in those hard times, having a financial partner that still stands beside them, not just, oh, you're doing great, let's give you another loan, you know, but when I can't make my payment, how can we make that work for them, you know?
And sometimes that starts at an early age, and so we're going to get into that topic. But at your branch, you have people that are available and ready to speak with someone, no matter what their questions are about their financial situations or opportunities that they have.
Right. In my branch, there are 4 of us, me and my assistant manager and 2 of my tellers. And so if the tellers can't answer it, if they just happen to walk in the door, then me and Jessica are both right there. So.
Yeah.
And
That's
we've
great.
both been around for a while. She's been with us, I think, right at 7 years, and I have been in this community in banking or finance in one way or another for over 30 years now.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yes.
So there's not many
Goes
questions
fast.
you don't know how to answer.
No.
It goes fast. I've done
She
it-
helps
I've
me
done it all.
too.
That's good. And you talk about how your the company or the credit union is like family, but I'm guessing your clients feel like that too.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely. And you say that, and one of the things I talk to my members about a good bit is the mortgage industry right now is just, it's crazy, and there are tons of people that do mortgages everywhere, and they can tell you this and they can tell you that, but I will sit with my member and I am just straight up honest with them, and I just look at them and I'm going to tell them the truth, and I'm going to say, I have to see you next Friday, or next month when you make this or you get your deposit. We have a relationship, and I want to make sure I, continue that relationship. Whereas if they're just using some mortgage broker that's been referred to them, that's their only job is to get that mortgage booked and move on. I'm there for your checking account, your kids' checking savings accounts, and your car loans or whatever it is you need in the future. So I want to make sure I give whatever I'm doing for somebody, I'm doing the best for them because I want them to come back to me for the next need.
There's a lot of comfort in that, to know who you're doing business with and to feel like your money is in the right hands. That's a big deal. We work really hard to have things like a mortgage and a car loan and all of the things. And we just have money in the bank. We work hard to do that and to know that it's being managed properly and to know that we have somebody that we can trust to communicate with. It's so important.
Helping someone buy that car or buy that house or even a debt consolidation. You were talking about making it work a minute ago. That's what I will look at something and it's like, okay, well, if we do this, this, or this, I think we can make this work. And then I can put them in a better position and save them, money every month. And when somebody tells me, thank you, loan I did this morning, her husband told me, he said, she has been really stressed about this. I'm so glad that she came in here, and I was like, I am so glad I could help because that's what makes me feel good about my job is knowing I did something right for that person.
Yeah. And it can really put a lot of stress on a family when there are financial obligations that are unexpected, or you lose your job and then the credit cards start, building up, and you notice that you're paying, 28% in interest on a credit card, and how am I ever going to come out of that?
Yes, and that is, people don't always look at their statement, and I will say this, I went and bought a washer and dryer at Christmas and put it on 12 months same as cash. Well, I got a nice little friendly letter in the mail, and it was like, oh, well, thank you for your purchase, and your rate is 31.99. Of course, pay it off in 12 months, but your rate is 31.99.
Yeah.
Crazy. And I just fell out. I was like, oh my gosh, and I see people that owe this particular place $4,000, $8,000 at 31.99.
Just in interest. And if you don't make those payments in 12 months,
36.99 is. Oh, I was going to say if you're late, it goes to 36.99. I caught that too. But yes, I will make sure to pay that off in 12 months because I'm not paying 31.99.
Sure. But what if there is that situation, and I'm sure you come across this a lot, in 12 months I lost my job during this time and we weren't able to, and now it's 12 months and I haven't been able to pay it off.
Well, we'll look at doing something else for them and making them, whether it's a personal loan or we actually have a really good Visa. It's one of our really good products where we have a rate at 9.95 fixed rate, and it's 4.99 for the first 6 months, so it's 9.95. And so that is just a great option. If you have a credit card that's $8,000, we can transfer that balance at 4.99 for the first 6 months, and then you're at 9.95 fixed after that. And it's fixed, not variable. Yeah. So that's one of our great products.
That is a great product. So if somebody is out there and wondering, maybe a lot of those cards will get you at a 0% introduction, and then it'll go up to now you're paying that 28.9 or 36, whatever it might be, so they can come in and transfer that balance onto a
and it's a fixed 9.95 fixed rate. So.
With approval, of course.
Yeah.
Say all those things.
Obviously. Obviously.
Well, we've got so much more to talk about. We're going to take a quick break right now. We've got to check in with your local area weather and check in with some of our sponsors. So we'll be right back. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
You need strength, resilience, and hope to face life challenges. And I found all three at Gaston State Community College. I'm Jada Pickens, an office administration student at Gaston State's Ayers campus in Anniston. Along with attending classes, I work full-time. Life is very demanding. There's a real sense of support at Gaston State. The faculty and staff care about us as individuals and want us to thrive in the classroom and in life. Thank you, Gaston State, for giving me the wings to fly to new, unexpected heights.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale. making us one of the fastest growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Hey everybody, this is Roper & Son Septic Service. I'm Ashley Roper, this is my dad Dwight Roper, and this is Mr. Phil Wiggins. And we're licensed and insured for pumping and for installing. If you can't use, you can. Let Ashley Roper be your septic tank man. Y'all have a blessed day.
Rise and shine and welcome back. It is Tuesday, April 23rd. Thank you for starting your day off with us. We are talking about all things AlaTrust Credit Union, and I'm learning a lot of new things, and I hope you are too. So welcome back. We've got Rachel and Sherilyn with AlaTrust Credit Union. Miss Sherilyn, she's the branch manager there in Jacksonville, and Rachel is the marketing specialist. So y'all get to do lots of fun things together and put together lots of fun community events. And I want to hear a little bit more about the Kids Club, because as we were talking about, it's never too early to start talking about numbers and finances and building that future. So what is the Kids Club all about, Miss Rachel?
Yeah, so our kids club is called the Honey Huddle. It's really cute. You can join at any age as long as you're under 19. That's whenever you're still considered a child, a dependent in Alabama. So you can join, you get a cute little t-shirt, you get an activity book you can do, and then we have B badges that the kids can earn as well. So they can come into the branch and get a sticker when they complete different objectives, like starting their first account, making their first deposit, just something fun to encourage kids to start learning and paying attention to how finances work and start gaining that financial literacy. That's something that we think is so important to invest in our children in Alabama. And one of our biggest perks of the club is that any A's that the students make on their report card, they can bring it into the branch, show it to Sherilyn, and if they have an A, then we deposit money into their own savings account. So yeah, they can earn up to $20 a year from their A's alone, and they can do that up until they're 19, so you can get a pretty good check from that. And we always encourage, you know, parents, grandparents, make a commitment while your kids are young to match the commitment that we are giving your children. And by the time they're graduating, you got a nice college fund to get you started for that semester. So it's really just giving them a place, like we talked about earlier, of having that financial partner that they know Sherilyn is here in the community. They can come, they can talk to her, they get connected with us young, and always have a place to turn to as they start making those huge decisions in their life.
That's great. And we have a video of this Kids Club, so let's check it out.
Hey, I'm Grayson, and this is my sister, Mary Virginia. We're part of something special called the Honey Huddle. It's not just like any club, it's like a secret society for smart money savers. Look at Mary Virginia. She just earned her first B badge by joining the Honey Huddle. And me? Well, I'm cashing in big with the All A's paydays. For every A, AlaTrust puts money in my savings. And the best part, we've joined a local family we can go to as we grow up, save for cars in college, and whatever happens after that. So, if you want to join us on our journey to financial literacy, come be a part of the Honey Huddle. Let's make saving money a blast together. See you in the Honey Huddle.
Well, how fun there. So the Honey Huddle.
Yes.
And it only takes $5 to start that account.
Okay.
So they can open with $5.
That's great. So it teaches kids about some financial literacy, gets them started, and gives them some incentive to make A's.
Yes.
That's great. And they earn badges. That's so cute. I love that.
And that way, in that one little clip, she has one of her little badges on, her first badge she earned. And right now we have 6 badges, so they can kind of see the objectives to do and start just working on those. And we'll have more rolling out as they grow up and get a little bit older too.
That's so important to start it off at the young age. Do you have some kids that have started it at a young age and now are exiting high school?
We have a lot of members that opened when they were young with their parents. My 2 kids, they will be 27 and 32 this year, have actually had an account since 15 years now, so how far back that goes for them, but they have literally been banking with us ever since.
Wow.
So, and that's another thing that we will do is for your teenager, we'll open the checking account where they can have the debit card, and that way it teaches them, you know, they're used to using mom and dad's debit, give me your debit card. Well, you can give them a debit card for their own money, so if you're putting money in and you can transfer on the mobile app and give them $50 to go somewhere, and then when they run out, they run out, but it teaches them how to use and keep up with their own budget with that account too, because we will open a checking account with a debit card for them when they get a little older.
That's so important to start that money management skill at a young age, because that's something we sometimes don't talk about with our kids, is how to be financially aware and how to budget.
And see, our kids don't see green dollars anymore to keep up with, oh, I have 1, 2, you know, they don't have that. So it's all electronic now, and they know about that debit card, so it's teaching them how to use that debit card and even the app, because a 2-year-old uses a phone.
Yeah, they
so
know how.
they can pull up that app and they can go see, oh, I got, you know, this amount of money, so I know how much I can spend, or even just the savings. You can go in on that app and the child can see they got their pay for those A's or whatever, but you know, everybody uses an app. So,
and we have more and more businesses that I've seen don't offer or don't accept cash anymore. So teaching your kid how to be digitally financially literate is so important too. So that's why we offer those debit cards at such a young age.
Yeah, because it is, oh, I just hand them a card and voila,
that's
I get
all
to
they
buy
know.
this. Yeah.
Younger generation doesn't even know checks. While I don't even know the last time I wrote a check. We don't either anymore, but the kids now, they don't even know what a check is or how to write one. And unless they go to work for a small business that still uses checks, everything is electronic. So it's just teaching them how to budget digitally, like she said. So it's
Which
a whole different
makes
world.
It a little more challenging to budget digitally.
Definitely, because you're not seeing the money leave your hands. So you can swipe the card and you still have the card in your hand. So it's so important from a very young age to show them, okay, you swipe your card, now you check your account, you see how to budget that. And we do a lot of events too to talk through budgeting, our Bite of Reality that we're going to talk about a little bit more. But that's what it is. It's a budgeting simulation. So it teaches them how to look at that monthly budget and plan accordingly.
Yeah, that's something they don't really learn like in school necessarily, like how to budget, how to plan, how to prepare for your future. I have an 18-year-old who's about to go off. He's my oldest bonus kid, and then a 14-year-old too. But that's one of the things that we've had to struggle with is he's like, hey, just cash at me some money, or you know, and it's just, well, I also need you to kind of budget, like kind of, you know, I can't just every time you need something just. So that would be really, I know. I'm like, I'm cash apping all the time, but it would be really, it would have been a really great, and we'll have to check into that for the youngest. Yeah, because it'd be great. Here's you X amount of dollars this month, and if you want to put in your own money, then you can. But this is how much I'm going to contribute. And going into college, that would be a great thing too, because that's one of the things we're trying to figure out, like, okay, what's our responsibility and because we want to make sure that, you know, he's being able to, you know, start learning how to handle his own.
Yes.
So that's great.
And it teaches them too. I mean, right there, they have a savings account, a checking account. They can learn from the start. When they first receive money, I put this much into savings, and I can use this much for my spending money, and then watch that budget. So they can see that money in savings. I know for me growing up, I had an account when I was younger, but I couldn't see my savings account. So I just knew I'm putting some money in savings, had no idea how much I had in there. My parents were handling that for me. To be able to see how I'm growing my savings account along the way while budgeting, my checking, that's such a valuable lesson that you really can start learning so young. Kids are capable of a lot more than we give them credit for when it comes to finances and digital.
And they need to learn how that card works. Not just mash a button.
Not just here it is. As long as I hand them this card, I get to have whatever.
Right. Used to be money doesn't grow on trees. I guess we've got to come up with a new saying. It doesn't grow on the computer.
Does it grow? Is it digitally? I don't know. We'll have to think so.
Yeah. But that's what our parents always told them. Money doesn't grow on trees.
I don't know how many times I heard that when I was like, I have some cash. Money doesn't grow on trees. I heard it all the time. But yeah, now it's, can please send me well, you just send it on the app and it's there. Well, but you got to make it.
You got to have it first.
Yes, you have to have it.
Right.
You have to, yes. So, well, I definitely want to dive into the bite of reality. So let's go ahead and take a quick break so then when we get back, we can have some time to spend on that. That's such a great program. So when we get back, you may have heard about it, Bite of Reality. It is an incredible program that is happening in all area schools. So when we get back, we're going to talk more about that. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24. We'll be right back.
Hi, Jake, Regional Vice President of LSI Staffing. LSI Staffing is a privately owned and family-operated business that was established in 1986. We specialize in commercial, light industrial staffing, warehouse, manufacturing, production, and assembly. If you're a company in the area looking for a new staffing partner, we'd love to talk to you. If you're an employee looking for a great job that offers benefits day one and competitive pay, come see us. Once again, you can find us at www.lsistaffing.com.
Gardens on Air is a unique farm right here in East Central Alabama, family owned and operated since 2010. It is the state's largest indoor hydroponic farm. Gardens on Air's goal is to feed, educate, and be immersed in the community they are located in. They want to teach people what it truly means to eat local and support local. Gardens on Air, located in Hopes Bluff, Alabama.
What's going on, everybody? Scoot from Hooligan Harley, your one-stop shop for all your motorcycle needs, ranging anywhere from our new and pre-owned motorcycle inventory, all the parts and accessories you could ever ask for in our parts department, all the gear you could ever need while riding in our motor clothes department, and of course our award-winning service department. Don't forget to check out our events tab on our website to keep up with everything we got going on. And remember, guys, if nobody has it, Hooligan has it. I'll see you soon.
Barrett Body Shop has been providing honest and quality collision repair services to the residents of Calhoun County since the year 2000. We take great pride in the quality of the work we produce and go the extra mile to ensure quality and safety of the repair work on your vehicle. With over 40 years of experience, Philip Barrett and our staff will restore your vehicle to its pre-accident condition while working with your insurance provider and helping you every step of the way. Barrett Body Shop is a strong supporter of many churches, schools, and youth activities. We consider it an honor to give back to our community and maintain a relationship with our customers. Come and let us provide you with a free estimate today.
Rise and shine and welcome back. It is Tuesday, April 23rd, and we are talking about all kinds of great things that AlaTrust Credit Union has to offer and some programs that they have to start financial literacy at a young age. So welcome back. We've got Sherilyn McWhorter. She is the branch manager of the Jacksonville branch of AlaTrust, and Rachel Kang, that's that right?
Yep.
Yeah, the marketing specialist with AlaTrust Credit Union. So we just talked about the Kids Club, and how cool is that to incentivize the kids to start saving at an early age and start making A's to get some incentives there to start building up their credit credit union bank account.
Yes.
Yeah. So one of the cool programs that I got to be involved with, Sherilyn invited me last year to a Bite of Reality, and it was such a fun experience. I think it's something I could actually go through now and learn a lot of things. And I did. I learned so much. We were at Lincoln Middle School is what I did, and it was the 8th grade class, and they really got to learn about budgeting. So Sherilyn, I'd love for you to expand on that Bite of Reality program.
Bite of Reality is a interactive game, kind of financial literacy game. They can play on their phone. I say play, but to them they are playing because that's all they do is tote a phone now. But on their phone, or some schools provide Chrome notebooks, and so they download the app and they will get a random job, credit score, domestic situation, whether they have a wife or kids, and they'll get their income. But they have to go through life events, and we have 8 life event, what I call life event tables, and it's, you know, whether it be transportation or housing or just entertainment. You know, you have to do something if you have kids, zoo or whatever, but they have to go through all 8 tables. And if they make it through all 8 tables without running out of money, then they have done well. But they have to go through those, and it's funny because a lot of the kids will go to the tables and end up, they have to come to the credit union when they run out, because of course they go to transportation and they want the biggest, nicest, newest car out there. And it teaches them, maybe I can't afford that car, because when they come to us and they're out of money, they say, what do I do? And we look and we go, well, did you really need that brand new pickup? No. So they're
probably like, yeah, I did.
They have
That's
to,
what they think.
They have to work with us, and we help them figure out what they need to do. Okay, well, if you want to keep that pickup, then when you still have these life events you have to hit. Well, when you go to shopping, you best be buying the used clothes or the hand-me-downs. And it teaches them, well, if I want this, then I've got to do this. You've got to balance. So, you know, whether, you know, you may need that car, you may need that nice new car because maybe you travel a lot with your job and you need that dependability. But maybe you need a more used car if you don't have far to go, if you want to have nice clothes. So hitting all these tables, and then it also factors in insurance, diapers, and gourmet coffee if they want to buy that cup of coffee. So it's really fun, and some of the fun times were when they come back up, and a young boy one time told me, he said, well, you can just take my wife's car back because I'm going to put her on the bus. And I said, well, you won't have her very long.
Then you're going to have the expenses of a divorce.
Yes, yes. But it truly is. And then they get this fickle finger of fate that will pop up to every one of them at some point. And it may be your aunt has sent you $300. It may be we played it as managers. I sat on my glasses and it cost me $280. So you have to hit these things. It could be a flat tire, you know, just different things. There's one that says you clipped coupons and saved $35 at the grocery store, but it gives them $35 back. So it goes back into their budget, and their goal is when they start off, they see what their monthly budget is, and they can decide if they want to put some in savings at that time. But in the end, it will say, okay, you are done. You have this much money left. You may or may not owe this much on a credit card, or do you want to put it in savings? And you can make the decision. So many kids I saw actually made the decision, I want to pay it all on that credit card, which is great thinking. And then I'll put the rest in savings. So it makes them make a decision, and then they get through in the end, and it's always interesting to talk to them. I've listened to a few. One person, they had a 700 and something credit score, but they didn't have a high budget. So they had to really be careful. Well, then you have some that gets a 534 credit score. They can't buy that new truck. So they don't get that. They don't get that choice. And that's what kids have to learn is, if my credit score is not where it needs to be, there are things I can't do. Things are going to cost more. And that's what we talk about before we start the program with them. We talk about that credit score a little bit, ask them, do they know what a good credit score is? Right. And, you know, some do, some don't. We try to tell them, you know, that makes a difference. It makes a difference on everything you do. The interest rates on your cars, interest rate on your house, your car insurance, if you can rent an apartment or not. That credit score factors all that. So, you know, we're trying to talk to them about it, and then when they look and they go, oh, so they can't buy it. And then they come back in the end and they say, well, I had, you know, good credit, but I didn't have enough money. Well, it was the job that they were given or how many dependents they were given. So it makes them think about stuff. So, you know, it's it's a bite of reality.
It is, and it's something like you said with credit scores. That's not something every kid knows.
Right. That's my favorite subject.
Yeah, it's the credit score.
Yeah,
like how to
talk
maintain
about credit.
Yeah, it's your buying power.
Yeah.
Your credit
Yes.
is your buying power.
Absolutely.
We've got a video on that bite of reality, so
Yes.
let's show it.
Welcome to AlaTrust Bite of Reality. Today we're at Jasper High School and we're going to show you how this program runs. The students have different requirements they must complete at each of these merchant stands and make different purchases that they might need in real life. And we try to get actual people in the community to come work the stands that correlate with their business, like a realtor at housing and a car dealer at our auto stand. When students run out of money, and trust me they do, or need advice, they stop in at the credit union. The simulation assigns each student a job, a credit score, a spouse, and children to start with, and then they move through the app as they walk to different merchant stands to be able to play the simulation. As they make purchases, their monthly budget updates with their remaining balance. At the start, we explain to the students how they're going to play the simulation, get them all into the app, and then afterwards we give them a recap with some good financial life lessons. And we give a prize to whoever runs out of money first in the game. We give them a little piggy bank to get them started saving. If you would like to do this free simulation at your school, reach out to one of our local branches and we'll get it set up.
It's just so cool.
It is.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun. When the kids start off, they're just kind of, you know how kids are, a class assignment or whatever. But probably I would say 10 minutes in, they're in. And they're hooked, and they really do enjoy it after that.
Yeah,
just making them get started.
I had so much fun. I was on the tour. Gosh, which one? I think
Entertainment.
That's
Vacations.
the one I was on. Yes, they got to decide vacations and if you're going to take your spouse or not. A lot of them are like, no, I just want to go by myself. I'm like, well, that's a whole other thing.
Yes, they will buy a trip to London for just them or Hawaii, and I'm like, you're not taking your wife? No, I sent her to the zoo.
Yeah, they would do that.
But it's great. When we have volunteers, we ask them, encourage the kids to buy each thing that's at your stand, explain to them what's the importance of the different things that you're presenting. Like I said, we get volunteers from the community, so we'll try to get an actual auto salesperson running the auto so that they can experience what it's like to feel like, I need this, and still have a budget that they're having to work with. So it really does just give them that piece of life that we try to factor in with them. And like we said, whoever runs out of money first, we usually give them a little piggy bank so they can get started saving that day. And if you ever want to run one of these at your local school, if we haven't come to it yet, you can reach out to Sherilyn and we're happy to schedule one. This is something that we provide from our budget. We do not charge our schools anything to run this because we just believe in offering this financial literacy to our community. So if you would like to take part, let us know.
Yeah. I was going to say, most of the volunteers that we have, after they've done it one time, they're like, hey, I would love to come do this again, just let me know. But when you were talking about some of the tables, we've had Vernon Thomas at the car table, the transportation table, and he always tries to sell them that higher dollar vehicle.
Because they will.
Yes, he's a true car salesman, so he's going to put them in that. So it's always fun. And we've done our best at the housing table to have some realtors, and at entertainment, I know I've had a travel agent before. So we try to get somebody that really kind of knows a little bit about it if possible. Sure. But if anybody wants to volunteer too, they are definitely can reach out to us. We would love to get them on our list for volunteering.
It is a lot of fun. I was super bummed I'm not going to be able to volunteer for this upcoming one, but I want you to keep me, of course, on your email list because I had so much fun.
It's a lot of fun.
It is.
We're doing Weaver High School this week.
Yeah. Yeah, well, great. Best wishes to that. And I know those high school kids are going to learn a lot. What grade are you going to do?
It's going to be seniors at Weaver High School.
Seniors. Oh, good.
And we offer it from 8 to 12. And one thing, going back to our kids program that we offer to people who participate in Bite of Reality, so we actually give them a little postcard where if they do learn about this, they haven't ever started a savings account, they're not sure where to go next, we will cover their $5 initial deposit fee for any student who participates in Bite of Reality so that they can get a savings account started. that way, if we cover that $5, if they're making A's on their report cards, there's a way that they can start saving just by working hard, you know, at school and just making the choice to start saving, and we invest that for them.
That's awesome. And it's needed. We need to help invest in our youth and make sure that they're prepared.
I mean, even our college kids, you can go to school and you can take finance and you can get a finance degree. But when you walk out of there, you really don't know about credit and debt to income and all these things that factor in and how to stay in your budget. You may know how things work, but that life experience you don't have yet.
Right.
So it's one of the easiest things to stay out of is your budget. Like, it's one of the easiest things to go over and one of the hardest things to stay true to, because you never know when life is going to throw curveballs, right? I mean, it happens all the time.
And that's why you do want that savings account and put some money in there, because you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you have those unexpected financial obligations, and it's like, oh no, I didn't realize I was going to need this now, or somebody gets hurt, or something happens, or a job gets lost.
The real life fickle finger of fate that happens in the game. I mean, happens to us in real life. There's been times, you know, a washer and dryer breaks, like you were saying, and you're like, wow, I thought I had everything planned to a T. I thought I was budgeted for this month, and now I'm not sure where to go next.
Yeah, so, a washer and dryer will really put a dent in your budget.
Yeah.
Mine was making some weird sounds yesterday, and I was like, oh no.
Fingers crossed.
I'm not ready for a new one yet.
Like everything else, they've gone up too.
I know. I told my husband, I was like, will you please just look at it, see if maybe there's something going on that you can fix, because it's making some noises that it hadn't ever made before.
Oh gosh.
I know. So, well, it happens though. 'Tis life, and you got to have a washer and dryer.
Right.
I mean, you don't have to, but it sure makes life a lot
I'm not
easier.
trying to do the line drying. I'm not ready to go back.
Not with 2 teenagers in the house. No, thank you. So, wish me luck on that.
Yes, we're wishing you luck.
But it is that moment that you're thinking, okay, good. At least I've budgeted enough to have a cushion to where if this does happen, okay. But sometimes that's not always even possible.
Right.
You know, I mean, because this is also coming at a time where we need a new liner for our pool. And so all these things, like, sometimes, like, can just compile at once.
Hey, 9.95 fixed for
There we go.
Yeah,
To reach out to you, really, no kidding. Because that sure would be helpful.
Yes.
Well, good. Well, hey, we've got some more to talk about. The Bite of Reality is so cool. Again, if you want to bring that program into your school, I highly encourage it. After seeing that and hearing from these kids, it was really funny. There was some really funny, and some of their rationale on where they would spend their money and on why. It's a lot of fun. So if you want to volunteer, it's a really cool experience, and then you get to see how kids think.
Yeah, just reach out to one of our branches. And
we do it across all our branches. So
get involved.
Call us.
Yeah. So if you're a school or a volunteer, give them a call and see how you can get involved with Bite of Reality. You know what? I think it would be even fun to bring it into somebody's business.
Yes.
For adults. It would be a lot of fun. We did it as managers, and that's what I say. I got the one that said I sat on my glasses, and I'm like, that is so me. But, I mean, of all things. But I actually ended up with money left over, and several of the other managers didn't. I attributed it to the years of being a single mom and living tightly. I was like, okay, we can do thrift store. We can do that. Yeah. You just have to learn how to live on what you got if you want to have any left over.
That's true, and that's what that does. So on that, we'll be right back. Stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
You need strength, resilience, and hope to face life challenges. And I found all 3 at Gaston State Community College. I'm Jada Pickens, an office administration student at Gaston State's Ayers campus in Anniston. Along with attending classes, I work full-time. Life is very demanding. There's a real sense of support at Gaston State. The faculty and staff care about us as individuals and want us to thrive in the classroom and in life. Thank you, Gaston State, for giving me the wings to fly to new, unexpected heights.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Hey everybody, this is Roper & Son Septic Service. I'm Ashley Roper, this is my dad Dwight Roper, and this is Mr. Phil Wiggins. And we're licensed and insured for pumping and for installing. If you can't use, you can. Let Ashley Roper be your septic tank man. Y'all have a blessed day.
Welcome to AlaTrust Bite of Reality. Today we're at Jasper High School and we're going to show you how this program runs. The students have different requirements they must complete at each of these merchant stands and make different purchases that they might need in real life. And we try to get actual people in the community to come work the stands that correlate with their business, like a realtor at housing and a car dealer at our auto stand. When students run out of money, and trust me they do, or need advice, they stop in at the credit union. The simulation assigns each student a job, a credit score, a spouse, and children to start with, and then they move through the app as they walk to different merchant stands to be able to play the simulation. As they make purchases, their monthly budget updates with their remaining balance. At the start, we explain to the students how they're going to play the simulation, get them all into the app, and then afterwards we give them a recap with some good financial life lessons. And we give a prize to whoever runs out of money first in the game. We give them a little piggy bank to get them started saving. If you would like to do this free simulation at your school, reach out to one of our local branches and we'll get it set up.
Hey, I'm Grayson, and this is my sister Mary Virginia. We're part of something special called the Honey Huddle. It's not just like any club, it's like a secret society for smart money savers. Look at Mary Virginia. She just earned her first B badge by joining the Honey Huddle. And me? Well, I'm cashing in big with all those paydays. For every A, AlaTrust puts money in my savings. And the best part, we've joined a local family we can go to as we grow up, save for cars and college, and whatever happens after that. So, if you want to join us on our journey to financial literacy, come be a part of the Honey Huddle. Let's make saving money a blast together. See you in the Honey Huddle.
Well, their mom was on TV.
Oh, welcome back. Rise and shine on this April 23rd, Tuesday morning. I have had so much fun visiting with both of you and talking about Bite of Reality and the Honey Huddle. And it's just so fun to see kids getting involved so young with their financial future.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, and you were telling me while we were on break, how long has AlaTrust Credit Union been a credit union?
So we started in 1935.
Wow.
So we have been around for a very long time, one of the first. One thing about us is we actually started as a teachers credit union. So it's just for teachers in the area. Our board of directors is all founded by educators, and we serve teachers. at 2013, we changed our name to AlaTrust Credit Union. We ended up opening it up to where anyone in our counties could join. But because of our history in serving teachers, we're very aware of the education community. And so we do a lot with universities, doing this bite of reality at schools, getting involved with students, and even our promotion that we're doing next month. So we're doing 3 months, no payment. And the reason that started is because teachers during their summer break, we wanted to give them some relief from their car payments, make it where they're not having to, you know, make that payment while they're on summer break. Now we continue that tradition, but we offer it to everyone. So
And it is on car loans, new
Yes.
purchase car loans or refinance from another institution. If you move your loan to us, then you can get the 3 months with no payment.
yes.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And those teachers,
Take
they do
vacation.
need, they do need a break. I mean,
They do.
hey, teachers, we appreciate all that you
Yes.
do. You are brave, very brave. Oh goodness, I mean, even just being in that the bite of reality
yeah.
for the time, I loved it. I
Put it
had
with
so
that many
much fun,
kids?
but I was ready to go.
Yes.
That was
No
only an
kids all
hour.
day long? Never.
No, thank you.
No.
I mean, I'll volunteer for something like that, but I mean, an hour and a half, I
Yes.
got to go.
They're cute for a while.
But we appreciate all that you do, and thanks for looking out for them in that way.
Of course, yeah. And now it really has just applied to so many people beyond teachers where they're like, you know, you think about summer, kids are out of school, everyone needs childcare who are, you know, dual income
Extra
homes or
expenses.
single mother homes or single father homes. You have those extra expenses, you have that childcare that you're depending on, and we love to be able to provide this as a way just to give some relief to our members and allow them to have a stress-free summer. We actually do it again around the holidays because Christmas gets so stressful for people as well. That way they can be ready to go, and just kind of, like we said, we want to help our members and take some of that financial burden off of them during those stressful times of the year.
Yeah, that's so important. What's the difference between a credit union and a traditional bank?
So a traditional bank is a for-profit institution. They're owned by stockholders, shareholders, and their profits have to contribute back to those banks. At a credit union, we're nonprofit, so all of our money actually goes back to our members. Like I said earlier today, we gave our $500,000 worth of profit back to our 13,000 members.
That's amazing.
So, you know, we're nonprofit, we're community focused. We do a lot of this stuff in the community just to provide extra outreach, go the extra mile. One thing that I think is a huge difference too, that isn't by the book, but just difference between AlaTrust and really any other financial institution, is the way that you can contact our staff. Cheryl Lynn passes out a business card. You know, when we were at our events today with our Anniston branch manager, or Friday with our Anniston branch manager, she was passing out her business card that has a number directly to her. There are so many times at credit unions, banks, anywhere where you have a problem, you can't get in touch with the right person, you're sitting on a 1-800 hold line for 3 hours, and sometimes you need your payment that day. You know, sometimes things are essential like that. To be able to just call one number, go straight to the branch manager, the head of that whole branch, and her say, okay, I'll take care of this for you. So you're talking to someone with authority every time you have an issue as well.
But at the same time, if you do call our 1-800 number, you're getting a human,
Yes.
one of the humans that is at one of our 6 branches.
Okay.
And because all of our branches help with the call center, so my tellers, you may get one of my tellers to help, and they are right there. Okay, well, I had fraud on my car. What do I need to do? And they're going to jump right on it. They
Yes.
can disable that card right then. They can get another card printed whatever branch they need to pick it up at. They can make it print at that branch. So you're getting a human every time you call our 1-800 number.
You're not sitting there saying, speak to a representative.
Talk to somebody.
You're not calling me
and it's
direct
saying,
from our
I
branch
didn't
direct. You're
understand you.
getting- yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I know. That drives me crazy.
drives me crazy.
We end up yelling at the phone. I just want to talk to
Yes, I'm
somebody.
like, a person, please, a person.
Right.
Yeah, so you never have that with us. That's something we pride ourselves on, and we want to keep it that way, you know. So that is a huge difference, I think, as far as your comfort in working with finances. Just being able to talk to someone, explain what you personally are going through and what you're trying to accomplish, instead of having to have a menu list of items that may not apply to exactly what you're trying to ask and getting a generic answer.
Sometimes you don't always know what you need to ask.
Yes.
Sometimes you don't. You know you have some opportunities or some issues. You don't really know where to go.
Sometimes you call, you say, Sherilyn, this is my problem.
Tell me
what do
you
I
can
do? Yes, give me options.
I turn around and come back and say, well, let me ask you a few more questions, because, and that's what I do with anybody that walks in the door where they say, I need a home equity loan. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn back around and say, okay, tell me what you want to do. What are you looking to do? What do you need to achieve? You know, whether it's debt consolidation or home improvements or whatever purpose they have. I just want to have it open, but I want to find out, because sometimes a home equity line of credit may not be what they need. They may need a home equity loan, a fixed loan instead, or they may need a home equity line. It just depends. And so I'm going to ask them several questions to get to know them. That's just how I am. That's just how I was raised in the banking world, is I want to know as much as I can about them and their financial situation. So I'm giving them the best opportunity. I think I mentioned this morning, the husband was telling me, thank you so much. This has been a weight on her shoulders for a while, and it became a brand new member this morning because she just happened to come in the door yesterday to help her sister with something, and she and I got to talking, and just about different things, and she ended up calling me back in the afternoon because we had had such a little chat that she had gotten enough information that she decided she wanted to call me back and tell me what her needs were. She wasn't really open with someone else there, but she called me back, and they came in this morning, and everything got taken care of. So that's what I like.
That's great, and there has to be a lot of trust there too. Like
Definitely.
you trust the person that you're doing business with, and that you don't get that if you're doing business with somebody on the phone that or online that you've never met. And so there can be a lot of comfort in knowing that you have somebody that has your back in your financial best interest.
And me working in marketing, I get to see these reviews come in and member testimonials. We don't do anything to incentivize people submitting those. So they're just going on their own, and we post different testimonials every week that people have submitted. But the huge thing we always hear is they will say someone's specific name, like, Sherilyn, help me with this. There's one review that says Sherilyn is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. So, we get stuff like that in all the time, talking about their experience with an individual, how they feel like family. They walk in the door, people know their names, they know your names. Anytime I'm in the branches, I see people walking in and people cracking up with each other. It really is. It's like a family.
And that's the thing, is we were talking about how our younger generation, my daughters, don't necessarily go into the institution anymore. Everything's direct deposit and debit here and there, so they don't really have to go. But then we have these members that they do come because they know us and we've been there. And I'll just throw a shout out to Marie, our Anniston branch manager. She's been with us for 22 years.
Oh, wow.
So, and when I was the manager there, she worked there too. So she has been there too. And so everybody in town knows Marie. And they're going to go see her because they've watched her grow up. I mean, basically. So we just get to know our members, and they become like family. I went to Marie's birthday party 2 weeks ago. Members were there. Members were there. They all came. Wow. So that's just how we like to be.
We had a member in Jasper who actually had his business partner pass away, and our Jasper staff took off that day to go to his funeral. And we're all there, the tellers, everyone. And he always says that meant so much to him, that this really is like his branch is his family. He's like, to have them there for my business partner was amazing. So it really does. When we say it's like family, we don't mean it cheesy. That is what our members say. It really is.
And that's how it should be. That's how it used to be, you know, and that's how it has always been with AlaTrust. So thank you all so much for coming in, sharing this information with us. We appreciate y'all. Come back and visit sometime, especially on Wednesdays, because we have Chef Dave Wednesdays. So make sure you tune in. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we're going to see what Chef Dave has on the menu with Oven Odyssey. It's always one of my my favorite mornings because I get to eat some delicious food.
I'm jealous.
So if you're ever around this way on Wednesday mornings, come on and you can be a taste tester.
Okay.
Oh, he makes some extremely delicious things, and you can learn all kinds of like cooking skills and new recipes by tuning in every Wednesday morning. So with that, we want to wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Again, thank you so much for AlaTrust Credit Union for all that you do in the community, and for coming in and telling us about all the exciting things that you have going on. So
thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Yes.
Thank y'all. All right. Well, Have a wonderful day. We'll see you back here tomorrow again. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24. Make sure to like and share and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. All right, have a good one.
I want to live. The leading cause of death of young Americans like me is gun violence, and oftentimes tied to substance misuse. NBA, NFL, NCAA, most of you look like me, and our communities need you now more than ever. Let's make I Want to Live more than just a hashtag. Let's make it a movement. I am a baller against bullets.
I'm Omari Hardwick, and I'm a baller against bullets.
I am a baller against bullets.
I'm a baller against bullets. This is Chad Slade from BMF, and I'm a baller against bullets.
My daughter, Anaya Blanchard, was a baller against bullets.